Welcome back to the TBR Podcast. We're your hosts. I'm Kelcie.
And I'm Bree.
And today, we're very scholarly. My jacket.
The turtleneck.
Because if you're watching, we're going to be talking about Fourth Wing, specifically Onyx Storm.
What's his?
The metallurgist. Metallurgist? Okay. So, just to preface this.
For sure.
Because you and I, we chit-chat.
We are yippity yappers.
We are yippity yappers. We're not quite scholarly. You know?
No.
That's just not how our podcast vibe is.
Right. Very more laid back.
Yeah. So, if you're here, we're so glad you're here with us. We imagine that, this is FaceTime, right? And we just read it and you just read it. Mm-hmm. And we are talking about vibes. We're talking about theories. We're talking about things that we noticed. Mm-hmm. But we're not breaking it down.
Yeah.
On page 376.
Right.
That's not us. If you want that, I highly recommend Fantasy Fangirls. They really go in depth.
Oh, yeah.
There's a whole bunch of other creators on TikTok even.
TikTok for sure. Emma Hallbrook.
Yeah.
She kind of went through it, theories and all of that as well.
Yeah, so check them out if you want way more in-depth, references, breaking it down.
Yeah.
Here, we're vibing.
We just got a debrief.
Yeah, we just got a debrief. So thanks for joining us for our little debrief.
Yeah.
Of Onyx Storm.
Absolutely.
So, first of all, what did you rate Onyx Storm? Because I don't think you told me.
I think I did 4 stars.
I think I did 4 stars as well.
Yeah. Because I think it was just the first half to almost 60%.
Yeah.
It was good. It's kept on pace with Fourth Wing and Iron Flame. Mm-hmm. It just, we got a lot of questions, not a lot of reveals, kind of, and not a lot was happening. Mm-hmm. It was a lot of traveling, which I loved, and a lot of the politics.
Yeah.
So it was a little slower for me, but the middle to the end, that's where shit went down.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest, within the first 60 pages, I wanted to DNF. And I don't think it's for the same reason a lot of people, people are saying oh, there's so many characters, I don't remember them. I didn't have that.
I didn't get that vibe.
There's one, I was like, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Chill. And I, flew
so sometimes they would reference the first years, the...
See, and I remembered them. I was chill with them.
But it was I don't...
Yeah, they're not super important.
Not other than Sloan or Eric.
Right.
They were just the other ones. And I was okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
I think for me, it was just it didn't feel like the same writing to me. Ooh. It was really trying to be oh, here's all this brand new information that could have been interwoven in the 2 books before.
Yeah.
It was poof, in your face.
Yeah.
And I was whoa.
Because Fourth Wing was
school vibe.
Navarre, school.
Yeah.
In this kind of understanding. Iron Flame, okay, primordial or however you say it. Uh-huh. Got a little bit more. Here it's now everything.
Yeah, now everything. Politics, all the new isles, all the
Yeah, all the relationships.
All the leaders.
Then more of the religion and the gods,
Yeah, and it just felt whoa, in your face in the first 60 pages, in my opinion. Mm. And I was I don't really care about this right now.
Yeah.
I wish that it was woven in a little bit smoother.
Right.
But that was me. But once I got into it, I was no, okay, I'm here.
No, we're into it. Yeah.
Which one is your favorite of the series now that you've read all 3? Because, I don't know.
I don't remember what happened in Iron Flame. Where was that?
Iron Flame to me felt like 2 books in one. Because the first half,
it was right after that. She found her brother.
Right.
With the come back.
Yeah.
And then took their suspicion.
And they were
back to school, kind of.
Yeah, and they were squad up.
Squad.
And then torture.
Yeah.
And to me, that was book 1 within it.
Yeah.
And then the second one was when they left to go back to Aricia or whatever.
Yeah.
And they had the Griffins and those people.
That introduction and then the kind of the war starting-ish kind of thing.
To me, that was it was 2 separate worlds that we
It felt Fourth Wing. The rest of Fourth Wing, and then into Iron Flame, which goes into Onyx,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so which one was your favorite so far? Which one is your favorite so far? Let us know in the comments.
kind of hard. What would you say?
My instinct is to say fourth wing.
Me too.
Like, and I'm not saying this is the best written books.
Out of the three.
But, like, I'm vibing with them for sure.
Yeah.
And the first one really hit my vibes.
Yeah.
Of, like, school. You know. Divergent a little bit.
Yeah,
like,
a little military school with dragons and...
Yeah.
And it questions and...
Yeah, and it wasn't too much. It wasn't super high fantasy. It was just, like...
It gave us a nice little story.
Yeah, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But, like, there are definitely parts of book 2 and book 3 where I'm like, these were way better written. Yeah. And, like... Now that we're really in the world, I'm really liking it.
Right.
So, like, I want to say fourth wing, but also, like, the second half of Onyx Storm, I think, was my favorite.
We're on the same page. So I'm going to say fourth wing as an overall book for the arc that we went through, the character development, all of that. I'd say fourth wing. Mm-hmm. For the enjoyment and, like, really got me, the last half of Onyx.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. They're over there. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. Iron Flame for me, I think, was the weakest.
Same.
But it was, like, necessary.
Yeah.
You know.
And I like, there were definitely parts.
That was like, oh, shit.
Like, I love seeing my boy Liam again. Like, that, the torture scene.
Yeah. That was good.
It got me.
That was good.
It got me.
Yeah. Now.
Getting into Onyx. So obviously there's so many questions. And there are things that from books 1 and 2 that people are having theories on that have been answered now in Onyx Storm. Mm-hmm. One of my favorites is, I've seen so many TikToks, right? Because, like, look, we're all giving our theories. We're all trying our hardest.
Yeah.
But now it's a little funny watching them back. Yeah. Because you have a lot of people who are like, no, because you know why Xaden really likes Violet's silver hair? Because his mom is the Venom leader with silver hair. And now we know.
She's actually
a bad mom, and Xaden would not like if Violet was like her.
Yeah.
But it's so, like, funny watching some of them back.
Yeah, because we're always like, no, it's this. And it's like, no, it's just this.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, okay, that's good too.
Yeah. Like, I'm sure when the next book comes out, and, like, if we rewatch this, we're going to be like, no, y'all are so dumb.
It's pretty, like, Rebecca, she pretty much, like, here is all the things. Yeah. And we're like, no, because it's not going to be what we think, because it's going to be, and you're like, no, it's not.
It's actually that.
Like, fourth wing, when I first read it, I was like, Xaden can read her mind. Mm-hmm. Xaden can read her mind. Like, it was so obvious. Yeah. But then it was like, okay, it was just because, you know, that something, and then now it's like, or Iron Flame we ran to is like, he can, you know, he can in a way, intention, which later he then can actually read her mind. Yeah. So he's just like, she leaves all these clues that are like, oh, no, it's this. Yeah. Oh. It is just that. It's just that. So over here, let me just, for another theory, sorry, real quick. Yeah. The Venom brother, is Bodhi.
Yeah, okay, so there's so many talks about this.
No.
When I first finished, I was like, Bodhi.
It's Bodhi.
And I still think it's Bodhi. I agree. But I have heard other theories that did make me think and, like, second guess myself.
No.
I do? I'm with you.
No, I'm fighting the ones who are there with you. Like,
yeah. But, like, Garrick, right?
I had the tiniest little thing for that. Yeah. But, like, it's Bodhi.
Because, well, I didn't think about it this way, though, because we did see Garrick at the end. And he was like, he's at, like, his last strength. He's like, I can't really go anymore, like, you know, because he's teleporting all over the place. Yeah. But he still's teleporting. And we know later at the very end that he got the eggs out. Yeah. With Eric.
How do we know that's not, he'd already done that?
I don't know.
And that's why he's like, fuck.
I know. But we don't know. We don't know the timeline of what happened there. But, like, did he get to the point where he was like, I have to do this? No. So I'm gonna, you know. I know. I'm just saying.
No, but, like, because Rebecca, she puts clues, like, a million times.
Yeah, because Bodhi, like, no, you gotta stay, Bodhi.
Bodhi need to stay. Bodhi's being left out. Bodhi not strong enough. Like, Bodhi's being pushed to the side. Yeah. At the very end, oh, you're not strong enough. Go.
And Xaden has to marry Violet. Why?
If Xaden obviously can't lead, Bodhi was next in line. why would she need to go then?
Why would
because
she need
Bodhi
to marry
cannot do it.
Right, because he's a Venom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. But I do think it's really interesting.
No, it is.
Because, because we know that it has to be someone who knew.
Yeah.
Because Xaden says, I don't know why they would do this after watching me struggle for all these months. Mm-hmm. So that takes out, so many people. Can't be Rydok. It can't be, da-da-da. The only other person I was like, maybe, is Brennan.
Okay, I could see that.
I have other theories about Brennan, which we'll talk about.
Yeah.
But Brennan did know. Yeah. Although, I don't know how long Brennan knew, because apparently, the way that it was written in the book was after, he didn't know as long as Garrick and Bodhi and Violet.
Yeah.
But Brennan was helping him.
Yeah.
And I don't know the timeline. Could it have been months that Brennan was helping Xaden break that?
If it was Brennan, I feel like Xaden would have said something about Violet, I know she can't outright say to your sister, but said something to kind of hint at why would you do that to your sister?
True.
Or no, something like that.
True.
Yeah.
I'm just I don't know. I'm trying to give out all
Yeah.
Because Rebecca, she did say in an interview, she was like, look who's missing at the end.
Yeah.
Who's missing at the end?
And then we have Xaden. We have Bodhi.
Mm-hmm. We have Garrick and Eric. But I don't think Eric.
Right.
Because Eric didn't know that long.
Yeah.
Unless, again, and I'm just spitting
please,
them out.
spit them out.
Because I don't think Eric knew for long. But maybe he did. Because
I think he did.
Eric and Xaden have a really weird friendship where they're already making inside jokes when he's traveling. Xaden is I have,
this complex relationship or whatever.
I gotta keep him alive.
Xaden knew that he was an intensink.
Did he?
I think he knew. Because one, Xaden can read minds now. His venom shit is So he could probably get that intention from him. But also now that he can read minds, that's basically because he literally finished her sentence. It's he's reading my mind. So he's obviously can read minds.
Xaden?
Yeah. She literally was she was saying something all's well, it ends. And then he says, it ends well. He literally finished her sentence.
But that was Violet. And I feel like Violet, they have a different connection there. And I think that's Violet's power. She's able to
no.
Project.
Because there's been other things where she was did he read my mind? Or
but I think that's Violet. I think that's Violet. But I don't know.
I'm going to say Xaden. Because they're saying, obviously, the Venom's abilities, get stronger or whatever.
Yeah, but I feel like if Xaden could actually read minds, that, he'd be telling Violet so much more.
But
he would tell her.
But it's just growing. So it's not I can read your mind all the time, 24/7.
Okay.
But I'm saying his signet is growing stronger than the intensic one. Mm-hmm. And so he can start, reading minds, way more than just the intention.
I've also seen theories about that Xaden might have a third signet because, so we know that, they get a signet when they bond to a dragon. Okay, there's one.
Yeah.
Xaden has a second one because the dragon that he bonded to was bonded to his grandfather.
Right.
Which gives him a second signet sometimes, but we know he does. Now, all the other, what are they called? All the people with the relics?
The marked ones?
Yeah, so all the marked ones have second signets.
Yeah.
But they're not bonded to dragons that were related to their family that we know of.
Yeah.
So I think that it's something to do with their relics.
For sure.
So Xaden, he already has two. So we're not even talking about that he has relics.
Yeah.
And so could he have a third? Whatever's giving all the other marked ones a second.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that have given him a second if he, wasn't bonded to a relative's dragon?
So he has 3?
So could he have 3?
I feel like that's overdone.
I'm just putting it out there.
yeah. Well, then what would it be?
I don't know. What do you think it could be?
I'm trying to think of because Violet had instances, where it's is his, signet getting stronger? Can he read my mind? Can he basically kind of hinting at, can he read minds for real now? Okay, so there was those. Obviously, he has shadows. We saw the little opposite. The other guy got shadows. I'm trying to think, was there any other, like, because Rebecca,
hints to anything?
Yeah.
I don't think so, but
we don't know.
Maybe it's very obvious and we just totally missed it. I know. Which I feel like has been a trend of, like, this is very obvious right in front of our eyes and we all just missed it.
Yeah. Because then...
yeah.
The marked ones. Who marked them?
So when they killed Xaden's father and all the people who were part of that rebellion, so they were like the leaders of where they are, whatever, Navarre. Navarre. So like his mom or Violet's mom.
Yeah.
The Dain's dad.
Yeah.
Probably Varish. Like those people.
Yeah.
I don't know if they ever said a specific, like if one person did it. I'm pretty sure Varish. Right? The guy who tortured Violet, his name's Varish, right? I'm pretty sure it was like him.
That marked him.
I think so. Because Varish is the one that can like see into the future a little bit for like battles,
but
right?
He can't see
not like
marked
Eric.
Ones.
Yeah. Because didn't like they say in Iron Flame, like Xaden was talking about it, like, yeah, like, you know, he didn't know when he did it that he wouldn't even be able to like see us. Like he screwed himself over.
Right.
Wasn't that about Varish?
That might be it.
I think that's it.
Okay, so, excuse me, sorry. He marked them.
Mm-hmm.
This marking is giving them a second signet.
Maybe. Because why else? That's the only connection.
Yeah. But then he's the one that gave it to them. He can't see if there's more than 3 of them or whatever, the outcome.
Yep.
How marking them, how is that giving them a second signet?
Wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute.
That's what I'm saying. There's something here.
No, because what is the marking? It's like a tattoo, right? What if it's like a rune? Right? A rune. Yeah. And what do we know about runes? We know that the Venom used them to animate the wyvern, right? Brennan's got a rune on his hand, which we're going to go into that because there's theories.
Yeah.
What if, because it has to be magic, right?
Right.
It is magic that is marking them.
Yeah.
What if it's a type of rune that they didn't realize or something is giving them more power?
So could it be like the dragons?
So I just like...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like, we're all saying like, oh, they're giving them second signets. Da, da, da. How? How is that?
Yeah.
So if the dragons, obviously when they go, they get their own little marking with the dragon on their back or wherever. Okay, that gives them power.
Yeah.
So him marking them is giving them power. But the dragons aren't like, oh, your power is going to be fire. You know, it's kind of like, it's what you need. Da, da, da. So is that like, he's like acting as another dragon, giving them power.
Right.
And then they choose what they need. So that's another signet for them, like that?
Yeah. Because, so Garrick, I need like a chart.
Yeah.
I need a chart.
Yeah.
So specifically, Garrick, his first signet is air wielding.
Right.
But his second signet is distant wielding.
Yeah.
Right? So maybe because you were saying like, what do they need?
Yeah.
So maybe he needed the distance wielding because he was like, I need to get away from here.
From where?
From like all the shit that's happening, you know? Right? And then you have Imogen. Her second signet is the erasing the minds, right? Or is that the first?
That's her first. Second's like the rock. Or like she can rock wielding or whatever.
Okay, so she needed the like shield.
Yeah.
Because she needed to shield herself.
But I think like she needs strength.
Yeah.
She needs something solid. Too many things are happening.
Yeah, she needs that shield. And then, I don't know. Those are the ones that come to mind.
Because Bodhi...
We don't know Bodhi's.
But his whole thing is like, he needs to be needed.
Stronger. Because he wants to be like Xaden. Yeah, because we know his first signet is...
Counteracting
other signets.
Right.
But what's interesting to me here is I saw a couple people talking about this, how when Violet like talks to Bodhi saying like, because she's trying to figure out what if everybody has that second signet, right? Like Xaden. And she asks him like, you know, like,
what's yours?
What's yours? And he was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
He's like, I don't have one, just like Xaden.
Yeah, just like Xaden. Now, I know you say that he was, like, trying to tell her that, like, I do have one, like Xaden, but, like, keeping it low-key.
Yeah.
I've seen other people, though, say that, like, Bodhi doesn't know. And that, like, he does genuinely think that, like, Xaden has, just like Xaden. Like, I only have one.
But it's just a weird way of saying it. It's a weird way of saying it.
Like, am I overthinking it?
But I don't know. Because then, like, if he's saying, because, like, obviously, you know, Xaden truly can't have a second one because it's the intensing or whatever.
Right.
So, like, you can't really say you have that. So is he saying the same thing? Like, I have a intensing one similar like Xaden?
Right.
Where, like, I can't say it. I don't have one like he doesn't have one.
Because who knows that Xaden has the second one? Like, do the marked ones know that Xaden has that second one? I think Garrick would know.
Garrick definitely knows.
And I think Liam knew. But, like, does anybody else know?
I feel like his core know. I think Bodhi...
You think Imogen,
Liam, and Garrick, I think they knew.
Okay.
So I think that was his way of saying, like...
So you think that he's an intrinsic?
In some way. We're seeing a lot more intrinsic. We see Xaden, we see Eric, we see...
I mean, is Violet a type of intrinsic, right?
And Violet?
I'm gonna pause right here. Because I just want to say...
Okay.
That if you...
Yes!
that if you watched our Would We Survive This Universe...
We called it.
Kind of. Because look...
Okay. Here's our logic.
I don't think that it was mentioned anything about dream wielders so far in Iron Flame or Fourth Wing.
Right.
But Bree and I were like, oh, what would our signets be like? Bree was like, you know, she's into archaeology, history.
So I touch something and see the whole history of it, whatever.
And for me...
You're an actor, you like to manage, so we're like, creative. Oh, maybe you can project dreams.
Yeah. Is that not what Violet does? So, like, we kind of called it because...
In a way, we knew.
Because, like, I always picture myself as the MC of a book because that's just what I do.
Right.
So, technically...
you were picturing yourself as Violet, and we said that your signet would be the dream projection, dream thing.
Yeah,
which
and
is
if I'm Violet...
And if you're Violet,
then, like,
we
boom.
technically called it.
Yeah. So, do we win something?
Yeah.
So we called it.
Yeah.
But I do think that Violet's signet is more than just this whole, like, oh, I can see other people...
Dreams. Yeah, yeah.
Because I do think that she's able to see, like... I think it's more than dreams. I think it's, like, minds.
Yeah, like, she can project herself or, like, put herself into someone else's mind.
Yeah. And, like, the reason I think this, and you and I talked about this, is because at the very end of Onyx Storm, for the first time, we're getting other people's POVs. We got Rhiannon, we got Imogen.
Yeah.
Like...
Because then in that, right before we got to Rhiannon's, she's like, you know, I'm not the best of us, she is. And immediately we go to Rhiannon. And we've never seen anybody else's POV except, like, Xaden, like, whatever.
Right, but, like, yeah.
Because then the whole time she's like, I can't worry about them. I have to make sure that they can handle themselves. And then we're seeing everybody's POV.
Yeah. And so I think that it was like Violet going into their minds to make sure that they're okay.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason we got the other POVs.
Yeah. Holy fuck. What?
Okay, the only other thing.
Okay.
Sorry, I just thought of it. The only other thing is, do you think she did that, Rebecca did that, so that maybe in the 4th and 5th book there is going to be multi-POV?
I hope so.
But this makes me think of Divergent. And the only reason we got multiple POV in the last book, Allegiant, was because she killed off Triss. Do we think that she's going to kill off Violet in the last book? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because I was also thinking, like, you know, before we knew Onyx Storm, okay?
Yeah. I'm
thinking Fourth Wing, okay, all their lives, you know, her and Xaden, and then Tarn and Sayels or whatever, they're all tied together. So one dies, everybody dies, basically. Right. So I was thinking, oh, now she has Antharna, she's gonna die too. Oh, it just so happens that she can cut off
the bonds.
Yeah. So I'm thinking, what if she's the only one that survives out of them and they all die? Because she can, like, ching. I don't know. But I remember thinking, like, oh, so Antharna can live. The rest of them are gonna die.
Yeah. Because, like, there's only been a handful of books, I feel like, that has killed off the main characters.
And this 100% seems like a type of book that would do that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because, like, I'm like, if Violet dies, I think Xaden will, like, put himself in danger to die.
Yeah. He's not living without her.
Yeah. And which means that if Violet dies, Taryn said that you're my last writer.
Yeah.
If you go down, I go down.
Yeah.
So he already, like, has signed his death wish.
Yeah.
And Sigale is so connected to Xaden, like, that's his pseudo-mom, right?
Which I want to say, before we continue that, I'm so, like, I need more of Xaden and Sigale's relationship.
Yeah.
Because, like, at the end, they're like, we're locked in. Like, I will cut the bond off with my mate to help you or save you, you know, whatever.
Even though she was, like, not talking to him that whole time.
Right. But, like, wasn't talking to him, was just yelling at him. But when you care.
Yeah.
And she's obviously a different, like, I'm ruthless, like, but she cares about it. It's like, I'm pissed at you for doing this, da-da-da. But it's just weird to see, like, how strong their bond is. Or, like, at least Sigale's bond to Xaden.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping in the next book, the next two, we see more multi-POV, because I want to see their relationship.
I think the next book has to be multi-POV.
Right?
Because, like, Xaden and Violet are separate now.
She's erased her memory. You know, she's separate from him.
Yeah.
So, like, are we going to see her whole shit and his? Or is it just like, we don't know?
Right, and it's like only Violet, maybe whatever she sees through dreams.
Yeah.
Like maybe that's how her and Xaden talk.
Right?
I don't know. There's so much to talk about here.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But yeah, but if Violet dies,
yeah,
I think, all four of them, except, I think you're right. And Darwin would be the only one who would survive.
Yeah.
Damn. And, oh, shit.
Yeah.
So, okay. I want to talk about this, that in an interview, Rebecca said, I don't think Venom is like, now you're evil.
Right.
She thinks that just like people just have a natural degree of good and evil. Mm-hmm. So here's where people have kind of talked about Xaden becoming Venom. Mm-hmm. Is he going to be, like, does that automatically make him evil?
It's interesting that she says that.
Right?
Because from all these books, it's just, you know, plain, hey, Venom, evil. Mm-hmm. Venom, they all take power. That's wrong. Evil.
Right.
So for her to say that, get you thinking. And then remember, was it, somewhere was like, oh, the Venom, they're regular people. They could be anybody now.
Yeah, like they could be a scribe.
They could literally be anybody.
Jack. Yeah.
And then we saw that one girl when they were on that practice field and she ended up turning or whatever.
Yeah.
So obviously there must be people that we know we've seen that are Venom.
Right.
I mean,
they're
like,
people.
That's my friend, that's my buddy, so we can trust them.
Mm-hmm. They're just using a different source of power.
Right.
Which is killing off the earth.
Yeah.
Which is not good.
Right. But you're right. They're not evil.
Because do we know what the Venom want? Other than, like, we just want more power? Are they against the dragons?
I think the dragons kind of filter how much power you get. Like, you know, we're the main source. Right. Here's a little stream. If we go from the earth, we can take as much as we want. So it's like...
So the Venom
don't want those restrictions?
Yeah. So what's your goal? Like, to get enough powerful people, because they are going after powerful, like Xaden, and want Violet.
Right.
So, like, are they trying to build an army right now to fight the dragons? Because let's remember, the series is called the Empyrean. Yeah. Which is the dragons. Yeah. And their government.
Right.
So are the Venom actually not the bad guys here?
And the whole time it's the Empyrean?
Yeah. Specifically the Irids?
Right.
But
they're so pacifist.
But you brought up a point. Wait, let's just bring it in here.
When we first saw the Irids, Xaden, regular, no red, da-da-da. Immediately when the Irids saw him, bright red eyes. They immediately knew who was Venom. Mm-hmm. And I think they also know what abilities they have. Right? Like what other people's signets are.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I think there was examples. Like, especially with, like, and Darna, you gave Violet.
Oh, right. Like, yeah. Because,
really, like, whatever. So I don't know if it was just, like...
Just specifically them.
Yeah, or if they know other people's signets. I can't remember. Because
they seem to know a lot.
They knew a lot. So if they know exactly, oh, that's a Venom, then they also sent and Darna to be kind of like a, remember?
Like a test.
Like a test?
To like test humans and their respect towards dragons.
Right.
And the humans failed.
Right.
According to them.
So was the venom
created by the Irids
as a test?
As a test.
For what though?
Yeah. And then also we know that Irids can the bond.
Yeah, break and sever, bend.
And create
bonds.
And what do we know about the venom?
Exactly. They have an unnatural bond.
Because at the very end, Xaden's all like, I can't harm my sage. Or whatever.
The bond we have here is unnatural. I can't.
Yeah. So either A, the Irids are involved.
Yeah.
In some way.
But it's weird.
Or maybe there's a opposite to the Irids on the venom side. Because remember, this whole thing is all about balance.
Yeah.
Right? The venom and the, normal people who are bonded to dragons, there's balance.
Yeah.
Violet has balance with her own power by having a weak body.
Yeah.
Because there is no venom equivalent to her. She's unique. So what if, though, there's some sort of...
Because the wyvern, or whatever, they're the balance of dragons.
I don't think so. I think the wyvern are the balance to griffins.
That would make way more sense. That would make way more sense.
So what is the balance to the dragons, specifically the Irids? You know what I mean?
What's the balance to a dragon?
Mm-hmm.
What's the balance to the Irids?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's so important, this whole idea of balance.
Because why are the Irids so powerful?
Right.
Like, they can literally go camouflage. They can change their color. They can create bonds. They can talk to anybody they want. Like, do that weird, whistling connect to people. The other dragons, they're all like, we're all on the same kind of playing field, our own different strengths.
Mm-hmm.
But the Irids seem like a whole different species.
Right. And then, not even to mention the gods, Malik, and all of them.
Right.
Where do they come into this?
Right.
Is there a equal equivalent to these gods that we're also not seeing? Or is it just like...
Because they have to have some, like... They're not just, faith-based.
Right.
Like, it seems like they must be, like, genuinely real. Because dedication, what does that do?
And Theo...
And,
Theophany, I don't know how to say her name, so we're going to call our girl Theo here.
Yeah.
Theo, she died. The only way she was defeated was with the dagger that was specifically made from, which one was it? Was it Malik?
The Temple of Malik?
Whichever temple that she was in, maybe Dune.
Maybe Dune.
That was like the only way. So obviously there is power in this.
In their temples.
Yeah. Which I think, has to be the gods.
Yeah.
And then you have this whole thing of sixes.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Because, the Irids are the seventh. So is there 7 of everything?
Right.
Or is there 6 of everything, but the Irids is something...
Yeah, because here you have 6 gods. You have Malik, Dune, Zinal, Amari, Loyal, and Hideon. I'm totally fucking butchering these. I am so sorry.
Totally fine.
No, because it's not fine.
No, it's not fine, but
because y'all are, and as you should be.
Yeah.
But also, I'm sorry, I'm American. But we also have 6 dragon colors: black, blue, orange, green, brown, and red.
Uh-huh.
We have 6 land masses: the continents, Umbriel, Zahilinia, Deverelli, Loisum, and Hedotus.
Again, that was good. Good.
There are 6 tools of warfare: sword, shield, fire, water, claw, and book.
Yep.
And then you have the first 6 writers who started this whole freaking thing. So, but we find out that there's a 7th breed. Is there a 7th god?
Right.
Is there a 7th tool of warfare? Is there a 7th landmass? And is there actually a 7th first writer that we totally are missing here?
And was that first writer
a venom?
A venom?
This just goes deep.
And Rebecca, everything she does is intentional.
Yeah.
We've seen that. She'll give you hints. All those hints equal to what it is, obviously.
Yeah.
How are we getting 6 for this, 6 for this? Oh, it just, no, that's a reason for that. But we have a 7th dragon.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just like,
there's something there.
There is something there. And like, because they all connect too. Like, you have Malik, who's the god of death, and like, whose symbol has to be fire. And they're all connected to like these isles that we discover in this book. Mm-hmm. Like, all these isles seem to be like connected to one specifically.
Yeah.
And then also like the dragons have to be like the colors. Mm-hmm. Like, are they dedicated kind of, you know, to one specific god? Based on like the way that they were. But then what are the Irids? How does that come into play? And why Violet? Right. Why didn't Endar, like, especially because we know Violet's unique in her power. Yeah. She does not have a balance other than within her own body. So is Violet the 7th of her kind of? There's something here. There's something here. So I'm just waiting. Yeah. It's like I need to go back and study all these again to like. I know. So okay, that's super interesting. So you also have. We already talked about who we think the new Venom brother is. Bodhi. I think Bodhi for sure. Mm-hmm. Sucks. I loved him. Anyways, I did see someone say that they thought that it was Liam, and that Liam is actually secretly alive, and the way that he stayed alive was actually by, what is it called? Channeling? By channeling, and that he's actually alive. But I don't think so. I mean, I just, you know, we love the hope. Yeah, but I don't like because the whole like Violet was dedicated to Malik, and he's deaf. Right. So then she saw Liam, who is dead. See, okay, I have a theory about that. So, like, we don't know too much about the dedication because we know like that she wasn't fully dedicated, at least to one. You know, a toe dip in there. Right. So she seems to maybe have been dedicated to all of them, or just maybe 2. Yeah. Because there was like this whole thing about, you know, the different paths. Why Malik, if that's what happened. Right. Why would he choose Malik? Why would he choose Malik? Or did he choose Malik? What was the one with the silver hair? I thought that was Dune. Is that Dune? Yeah. Because that was what Theo was. And they're the ones with the silver hair. And their war. Yes. Dune. Yeah, it was war. But wouldn't you want to dedicate to, like, I don't know which one has, like, health or, like... So Zinal is luck. And Hedion is wisdom. Amari is the, like... top one, and I think she's love. I guess war would have to be. Or no, loyal is love. Is there anyone for like health or strength? I mean, I guess war good strength. Oh, one of them's the god of deception. I don't know. Okay, I could see him trying to dedicate her to war, because that's like strength. Yeah, for her body. Okay. But also, why did that not go through? Why didn't the dedication? Why didn't she go fully dedicated? Well, because they were like, her path isn't chosen yet. Like, she has to choose her path, it seems like. Yeah. I don't know. We don't know. Yeah. That's a thing. Yeah. But anyways, I think that she does have a connection to the gods in some way. Yeah. And I do think she has a specific connection to Malik, especially because that's who she does pray to all the time. Yeah. Is Malik. Yeah. And she talks about that a little bit in this one, about how when her dad died, you know, her brother was thought to be dead. Mm-hmm. The only one that she felt comfort from was Malik. Yeah. So she has a connection there. And Amari. She's like, my girl Amari. Yeah. But Malik. Who's the god of death or whatever. Mm-hmm. And so I think that her signet of this whatever mind thing mixed with this connection to the gods, specifically Malik. Dedication, whatever that is. When she was being tortured in Iron Flame, I think she was able to see Liam because a mix of her signet and this connection with Malik. Because Liam says something about like, you know, Malik sent you what you needed.
Yeah.
Which was him.
Yeah.
To keep her going.
Didn't they say something about how they put Liam to rest? Wasn't there something there? Or am I mixing up with something else?
I don't know. Did they burn him? Because I know like the thing that they normally do is like burn.
Yeah.
Burn the bodies. Like we saw with Traeger.
Because like once they burn the body, like, you know.
It's like to Malik.
Yeah. I guess he could still set him down, but I don't know. I just thought it was like.
Which is, I think you're right, because I think that was one of the reasons why someone thought that Liam could have been Venin was because they didn't burn his body.
Okay, so then maybe that's also a reason why she could see him, because he wasn't like burned and released, you know?
Right. Because didn't they have to just like get the fuck out of there? Did they leave his body with...
Did they bury it?
Because I know they carried him to his dragon.
Yeah.
But then like they were still getting attacked, weren't they?
Yeah, because I don't think they could have burned the bodies yet. There's something there.
There's something there. Because there's another thing with, because Liam, you know how he carved Tarn for her?
Yeah.
And he was like, because I know him better than Andarna.
Yeah.
But then later, Xaden gives her the finished little carved dragon of Andarna that Liam made.
Yeah.
So when did Liam do that?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe
we're thinking too crazy, but maybe we're on to something.
No, I think we're crazy.
Yeah.
But I do love that the last thing that like Liam and Rydok kind of the conversation they had, Liam was like, guard her like I would. Yeah. And Rydok really took that to heart.
Yeah.
Because let's just go straight into Rydok here. Rydok carried this book for me in every way possible. Rydok is my man. I would die for that guy.
I love him.
I tell you what, when we got to the part where they were at his mom's, Xaden's mom's, and shit was going down, and he got the cook, and could be throwing knives like a little menace.
He said, oh, that's unfortunate, or something.
No, because I put the book down.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I'm not reading this right now. No. Yep. Rydok is not, nope. But no, it was fine.
Little son of a bitch.
Oh, just hit his jacket. But I was gonna throw hands.
Yeah.
There's no way that she can kill Rydok without people getting absolutely fucking pissed.
But I'm worried because in every situation, the funny guy, the comic relief always dies.
If he dies, it better be like a Leo Valdez situation where he actually doesn't die.
Yeah.
Because that's my funny man there.
On to Rydok, though.
Yeah.
So we're talking about how, you know, the most powerful, the six are kind of returning the most powerful signets,
Yeah.
Is Rydok one of them? Because he can freeze the blood in your body, the water in your body.
He figures out how to do that.
He did it to a fucking wyvern.
Which I've also seen people say that they think... No, I don't think he's Venin because of that. He's just learning.
Rebecca literally said, you know, like, we saw the hints of, like, he's practicing, turns orange, you know,
Yeah.
We're seeing that.
Yeah. Which is fucking cool.
Yeah, which is cool as fuck.
Yeah.
So, if we're talking about the main six coming back, the most powerful, we obviously have Xaden. We have Violet. Rydok. We have Dain.
Oh, right.
Because, like, Sloane, you should not have this much power.
Right. Oh, there's so much to get into on this.
Okay. Who else? Who would be the last two? I mean...
Mira. Shields. Possibly Mira.
And also Garrett.
Brennan, though, who can heal.
But there's 7 of everything.
I don't know, but then you have Eric.
Okay, no. Hold on.
I don't think Rydok's part of that. I think it would be Eric over Rydok.
Wait. Xaden. Violet. Dain. Eric.
Mira, Brennan.
Did I say Garrick?
No, I don't know.
Garrick. Violet. Xaden. Dain. Eric. Garrick.
What about Imogen? I don't know. But, question. Going back to this whole 6 or 7, whatever. We know that we're making connections with like each god, like, you know, connected to fire, water, whatever. What if it's like one of each of those kinds of signets? Something like that? Like, do we know what the first 6 writers' signets were?
I don't know.
Because what if it's like one of each kind?
If we have water, that could be obviously your boy. Rhydock. Fire? We don't have that one.
No. But Earth, Imogen.
But then which one would be Violet and Xaden?
I know, because Xaden's like shadow.
Yeah.
And Violet is like Amari, like the
pure,
queen of the like pure energy
or power.
Right.
Yeah.
So she's like out of that group. I don't know.
Or is she like the 7th from, you know what I'm saying?
Maybe.
I don't know.
But back to Rhydock. I just love how he's like ride or die for Violet. Yeah. And he seems to be like one of the only ones. Like, yeah, Xaden's gonna be her ride or die, but Rhydock is like, no, like, you gotta tell me what's up with Xaden.
Yeah.
The reason why, like, I have to protect you.
Yeah.
Like, how, like
Xaden has his people that are obviously gonna put Xaden first.
Who's gonna put you first, Violet? Me. And he's like, you know, talking about squad. But even the squad, like, they're doing their own thing. Rhiannon, she's choosing squad over Violet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Makes sense in warfare. That's why she's wing leader.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, she's going to choose her squad over one person in the squad. So who's going to choose Violet? Rhydock.
I feel like they're truly only Rhydock at the moment. And Mira?
Yeah, but also there's this weird jealousy thing going on.
I know.
But she is worried about Violet.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I don't know either.
I've got thoughts on that too.
But at the end of the day, the only person truly on like no question, no hesitation is Rhydock.
I love him.
Yeah.
So, let's see. I also really liked seeing the relationship between all the other writers.
Oh my gosh, that was so good. That's like one of my favorite parts of this book.
So like specifically, again, Rhydock and Dragon,
they're literally the same person.
They're like pulling pranks on each other. That's
I was
so
like,
fun.
You pulled a prank on a dragon. You put itching powder on a dragon, dude.
Like, do you have a death wish?
And he was just like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. I'm hiding in the water. Oh my God. And he's like, I'm gonna get him back so good.
Like, they're so good. I love them.
I love seeing how, like, twin flame they are. Like, truly, like, when they're bonded, like, no, we're twin flame. We are bonded.
But also, like, Violet and Tarn being like, glad that's not us.
No, literally, like, they're the same, too. Like,
they're like, that's so odd. Like, I didn't even think about how other dragons interact with their...
They're so weird.
It's so weird. Because even, like, Rhiannon and her dragon, like, they're very much like, okay, we are planning. We are leaders.
We're being confident. Oh, are we doing it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I love theirs too.
Yeah. I just thought it was so interesting.
Yeah. But I love Imogen and her this fucking bitch. I'm like upside down. Oh my God, girl, bitch. Come on.
Yeah. Which is, again, totally makes sense.
Yeah. Actually, I changed my mind. It's 18. Or whatever the number was.
Okay.
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to say so much. Like, please, Rebecca, put that in the next books. Because
I think she will. I think we're going multi-POV. I think we have to. Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
I need that.
So I want to talk about...
What?
I want to talk about when they go to the landmass, one of the isles that's like dedicated to Zinal.
Okay.
The god of luck. This to me was like such a high point. Like, yes, like, you know, going to Doom where like they have to fight each other, like whatever. We get her seeing other people with silver hair, even though she doesn't ask any questions, whatever.
Fucking crazy.
And like, you know, you go to the wisdom people who are just assholes and like we got our roots with Violet poisoning again, which I enjoyed.
Yeah.
But this isle specifically was like, this is my shit. I'm eating it up.
Yeah.
I wanted to see more of their time on that isle.
Yeah, me too.
Because the whole, like, idea of them being like, yeah, luck, and then kind of like...
This is a fun, event, and we're
excited waiting for them. Like, there's magic on this isle.
Yeah.
And the first thing that happens is, like, they have to pull these cards. They don't know what the fuck they're getting themselves into.
Yeah.
And, like, at first it seems all fun and games.
No complaining. Gotta say thank you. No reactions.
So, like, you have, you know, what? Someone gets, like a
bucket.
A bucket.
Someone gets a glass jar, you know.
Yeah. You have the broccoli.
Broccoli.
Where'd broccoli go? Give me back broccoli. And then you had the first kind of, like, was Dain getting slapped. Which, if I was Violet, I'd be like, thank you.
Yeah.
He needed that.
Right.
But I did see some theories about that slap. Now, I think this was just thinking too much into it because, so Dain, his signet is if he touches someone, he can see their memories, right?
Yeah.
Like, we know that when Dain was doing it to Violet without her knowing, it was the face. Does it have to be the face?
I don't think it was always the face. I swear we saw him, like, touching her back and, like...
Right.
I think we've seen other touches.
Okay, so it doesn't have to be the face.
I don't think so.
Because I saw theories about what if, like, him getting slapped, there was, you know, skin to skin.
That'd be too quick, I think, to, like, go through the memories.
I don't know. Was there something that they showed him? Like, maybe the person slapped? I don't know. I think it's a reach, but I just wanted to bring it up.
I'd say if there was a longer touch, that'd be like interesting.
Like Sloane, when she was siphoning from Dain to Brennan.
Yeah.
Do you think that through that, do you think that Dain could see Brennan's memories? Because there was like she was being a connector? Like maybe, like what if? Because I think that Brennan is sus, and I think that Brennan is like connected to the Venom somehow.
Oh yeah.
So what if Dain saw something?
But it was going from Dain to him.
But balance. I don't know.
But then would Sloane somehow see it though? If it's going through her?
Because Sloane was like, how do you have this much power? Is it because he was seeing through her, Brennan's memories? And that's why she said that?
Using the power and she could feel that?
Yeah, because I was so confused. I'm sorry, I'm jumping.
No, please.
But why did she say that?
I know.
You shouldn't have this much power.
Was
she saying it about Brennan or was she saying it about Dain? If she was saying it about Dain, why would she say that about Dain? We know his signet. We know that he is powerful and that he's an important piece for the government. They want him to, you know.
Yeah. But I know that's the thing. Why do you have this much power?
So was it because Dain was looking through her to Brennan, seeing his memories? Or seeing both of their Sloane and Dain, or Sloane and Brennan's memories? Because the other thing would be if, you know, she was touching both of them, was she not talking about Dain and was she talking about Brennan? Saying you shouldn't have this much power, Brennan, because you're not just, you know, a normal...
Because you're fucking Venom.
I don't think he's Venom. I think he's like the Wyvern, because of the rune. I think Nolan brought him back and like he's like Wyvern.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But still, he's not normal anymore. So who is she talking about?
But Dane's the one that answered.
But was
I think
that
she was
the
looking
obvious? At it. I don't know.
But I could see it being the other way.
I don't know. But
or is that also a hint to being like the 6 powerful are coming back and he's just one of the 6? Like, you're really powerful, you're one of the 6 or whatever.
Or does Dain have a second signet that we don't know about?
Is Dain Venom?
No, I don't think so. But okay, back to this, pulling the cards. So Violet gets a broken compass, which I think will be an important part of book 4 of her finding her way to Xaden. I think it's too such a symbol. Yeah. Makes me think of Pirates of the Caribbean, like that stuff. Like it takes her where she needs to go, something like that. So
absolutely.
Yeah. But then Traeger.
I knew something was gonna happen because before this, we're seeing Kat and Traeger.
They finally get together.
Finally getting together. I was like, no.
Like, we can't have a happy
Look at them walking on the beach holding hands.
Nope.
And what does he pull?
An arrow.
And then what happens?
Shot through the chest. Just instant. And I just got chills at that part where you have Kat and you have Violet. Like they cannot.
You can't
do
react.
anything.
You have to say thank you.
I'm literally getting chills right now.
Yeah.
Because, like, and Violet knows that she has to be the one. She's the leader of this group. She's in charge.
Yeah.
And just how incredible that moment was written, and just Violet having to go up. And I think Rydok came with her to pull the body, which Rydok, thank you. And pull Traeger's body back and
And then the griffin.
Oh, you can hear, his griffin dying.
Slowly trying to get to Traeger.
And they can't do anything about it. Oh my God.
Because dragons, they lose a rider, they could still live.
Yeah.
Sometimes they could die, but they'll live. Griffins? No. You die, I die.
Yeah. Which is why I think they're the opposite, the balanced wyvern.
Yeah.
Just saying.
No, yeah. That's definitely it. But what's the balance of the dragons?
I don't know. But Rebecca, I'm going to give you this. You know how to write one hell of a death scene. Because I was just thinking, I'm like, what was worse? Liam's death or this? Because Liam was my man, so I have, like, connection to the character.
The emotional,
But, like, this death, everything else, to me, is, like, that was way more intense.
Yeah.
And, like, heartbreaking.
For the dragons, the writers, like, they can kind of expect, we'll probably die in battle, in war.
Right, you're in battle.
You're in battle.
With Liam.
Yeah. Here,
you're playing a game.
We're playing a game. We're just trying to get to the island.
And the circumstances and everybody else having to, like, be calm, say thank you for killing their friend. Like, that was so intense and just so well crafted.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you know what other death in here? It's hard for me to cry in books. Like, it takes a lot. There are very few books that I cry at.
This one got me good.
This one got me.
That one got... And it was crazy.
Surprised.
Yeah.
But I will say, the only reason I cried was because I was thinking of Bree.
I'm dying or you dying?
You dying.
I was Quinn.
Yeah, we're talking about Quinn and Imogen at the end of the book, where Imogen is running to get to Quinn because she's like, I need my bestie. I gotta save her. And right at the very last moment, she's like, yes, Quinn's alive. She's using her
and like,
signet.
Oh, the Venon's there. We're getting them. Boom.
And then the Venon dies. Turn to Quinn. Nope. It's just like Rue in Hunger Games.
Literally.
And yep, she goes down. And just like the conversation they have. And like, again, we didn't know too much about
I didn't even know that they were besties like that for real.
I thought that they might have been dating. It was like dating or friends.
Yeah.
Like us.
Yeah.
The only reason I was like, okay, no, because they kept saying like, Imogen, Garrick's here.
Yeah.
But I was like, I was not like attached to their friendship.
Yeah. But in there, I feel like we got, obviously, all the backs were like, oh, with Jax and, with my sister and my mother, or whoever, like, they know you and they're going to greet you and they're going to love you, they know you.
And like, we met on the,
Yes! And I said, we're going to be friends now and we're going to make it a good one. We made it a good one.
Stop.
There were tears dripping onto the page.
That one got me so good.
And it's crazy because I didn't even have any, like
Quinn was cool, but didn't know about it.
Imogen's my gal. Mm-hmm. I had no idea. And the way Rebecca was able to, craft this whole, deep friendship in this one scene to really feel that.
That's what I'm saying. She knows how to write a good death scene. Which is why I'm terrified that she's going to kill Violet.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be Violet, Xaden, Brennan,
Mira,
Rydok, all of them reacting to Violet dying. I don't know. Especially because people say, especially with Fourth Wing, they're like, yeah, no, it really feels like Divergent again. The only thing is Xaden, you better not get with Rhiannon after.
I know.
No, we're not doing that. We're not pulling that shit again.
No.
But, fuck. So I want to get into Mira, Brennan, and Violet. Because here we have 3 siblings.
Yep. And
what do we know about things in threes?
Yeah.
And specifically siblings.
Yeah.
And all sorts of media and stuff. Someone's always going to be the naughty one, the different one, the jealous one.
The betrayer.
And there's specifically a passage, and I don't know which one,
but
one of them, where they talk about the third brother betrayed, and people are saying they think it's Brennan.
Yeah.
Which is the obvious choice. And we know with Rebecca, usually the obvious is
pretty, But
this is out here.
She has been putting a tiny bit of hints here.
With Mira. Now, with Mira, she seems to be getting pretty jealous.
Yeah.
She's mad at Brennan because Brennan faked his death, which,
Right.
But she's like, you didn't fucking tell us,
Yeah.
I had to be now the strong one for the family.
Yeah.
I had to, Yeah, that's a lot to take on. She's mad at this whole relationship of Violet and their dad because their dad put together this whole
elaborate thing
for Violet.
Only you can read. This is only for you.
Yeah.
Just you.
And it's just really interesting the way that Mira is reacting because their mom is dead.
And their mom's favorite was Brennan. Wasn't their mom's favorite Brennan?
Yeah, and I think when Brennan died, it was like, okay, Mira.
Yeah, but mom's favorite was Brennan. Dad's favorite, obviously, Violet. So third one out.
Mira. She's the middle child, isn't she? Now, Mira, she seeks out some sort of connection with family.
Yeah.
In this one. And we find out she goes to their grandma, who is their dad's mom.
Yeah.
Who, for some reason, wasn't a big fan of from Violet's point of view and Brennan's point of view, what their mom and dad told them was that their grandma refused to talk to them.
Yeah.
And didn't like something. But when Mira goes to visit her grandma, Mira says, no, it was mom and dad. Dad wouldn't talk to her. They cut her out.
Yeah.
So, what's going on there?
Yeah.
And, Mira's seeking out some sort of, I need someone on my side, right? Yeah. But there's 2 sides of every story here. Which side is
She was
correct?
also looking for answers about Violet.
I don't know. And then also, there's now, to me, there's a connection between Mira and Brennan now because they both pretty much died.
Yeah.
Brennan saved Mira and Nolan saved Brennan. So maybe Violet is the one that's going to betray.
I could also see one sibling died but didn't. Second sibling died but didn't. Third sibling died
but did.
But did.
And that might be Violet.
Yeah.
Right?
Could this whole thing be she's betraying them by dying? The plan's to do this. I'm going to die so I can save everybody. Whatever. Because the whole thing is you can't save everybody. You can't help everybody. That's always what she wants to do. I think at the end of the day, that might be what happens. Yeah. So could she be the betrayer?
Right. So it could be any one of them.
Yeah. But I've been suspicious of Brennan this entire time.
I know.
But also, we're not seeing enough of him. It feels like such a back burner.
And is it just because we're all, the fans are all kind of united on that front? And that Rebecca's I don't know why. Because Rebecca, she likes Dain. She's I don't know why y'all were so hard on Dain in the first one.
Yeah.
Because she's he's a teenage boy. who his best friend growing up is someone who, can easily get hurt. He's just trying to protect her.
I get it.
Yeah.
It was just the way he was doing it.
I know,
but
and I
get
agree.
It.
I didn't like Dain either. Yeah. No, he's growing on me.
Yeah.
But like Rebecca is specifically, she like recently was literally saying, like Dain's a teenage boy. Like chill on him. Like I like Dain. So we as fans really rally around things a lot. So I'm kind of worried that we were all rallied around Dain.
Yeah.
And now we're all rallying around Brennan.
Yeah.
But are we just looking for someone to hate or to be suspicious of? But Rebecca's like, I literally don't know why. Because
that might be.
What are the clues that Brennan is Venin? The rune? But that doesn't equal Venin.
That equals Wyvern.
I think that equals Wyvern, if anything.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm like, okay, Nolan brought him back.
Where's Nolan?
I think Nolan channeled to bring Brennan back. But that doesn't mean that Brennan is Venin.
He's just a Wyvern.
He's just like a Wyvern.
Obviously, if he's still alive, Nolan?
I call him Nolan, but I don't know. Nolan?
Whatever. He must be still alive.
Right, because there must be some sort of connection like a Wyvern and the Venin.
Yeah,
right?
and that whole that was my past writer, and don't talk about that.
Yeah.
We were getting a lot of that from Tarn. And he even says, oh, we could bend, you don't know how easily I'll bend the rules, break the rules, da-da-da. But anyways. Mm-hmm. So, Brennan could just be, hey, this is just the hand I was dealt, and
Like, what are the clues? Like, Brennan's eyes are fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was, dead for a long time, but, he was in the rebellion.
Yeah.
He's trying to pull, he's working.
Are we putting suspicion on Mira now? Is it really just going to be Violet is the one who betrays them by trying to save everybody?
I think so. I'm putting it out there now.
Yeah.
I'm solidifying my idea that it's Violet.
I think Violet's been the one that's betrays them.
Right.
Trying to save everybody. You can't save them all. Yes, she can.
Yeah.
By killing herself, whatever it is.
I think it adds up that Violet's gonna die.
Yeah. I don't think there should be any suspicion on Mira or Brennan.
Yeah.
Obviously, they have their own secrets. Brennan,
of course.
We know you got a little secret there too, but also you can't really say hey, I'm basically a Wyvern.
Yeah.
Or whatever, have that connection.
Because he's something new.
Yeah.
Right?
So we don't know. So there's gonna be, whatever, but I don't think there's any type of betrayal.
I don't think so.
Mira, she just wants, to not feel like the middle child.
Yeah.
She was trying to find answers for Violet. She just almost died, mm-hmm. We're back, so she might have her own thing going on, but I think that's just whatever, trying to, what's it called? Recuperate, whatever, from almost dying. Yeah.
And the only thing that, a lot of people will bring up is that their dad, in the letter to Violet, says, trust only Mira.
Yeah, but
Brennan was dead, though.
Yeah.
So I don't think that their dad knew that Brennan was alive.
No.
So I don't think that he was leaving Brennan out because you shouldn't trust Brennan.
Right.
Again, I think it's the obvious answer here, where it's no, he just thought that Brennan was still dead.
Yeah.
And again, if he did know that Brennan was alive, I think the only reason he would say, only trust Mira is because if he said Mira and Brennan, and Violet knows when this letter was written,
right?
What the fuck you mean? You knew that Brennan was alive? There's just too much.
And even in that, even if I knew he was alive, I'm gonna write it in here. I don't want to write it. Also could be because he doesn't hey, we don't know how he's changed, so we can't trust that. But then a day, he thought he was dead.
Yeah.
So he's only trust your family, only trust your sister.
But now, if we do think that Mira is going to be betrayed or betrayal person, or maybe she's already Venin, who the hell knows?
Right.
Because I know a lot of theories are that their dad is Venin.
Yeah.
Right? And that he might be the really powerful person behind everything. Mm-hmm. Right? Because there was a mention about his eyes being the same color as Violet's, but then later saying amber eyes.
Yeah.
So there's something there. But if he's trust only Mira, because Mira's also on the same side the dad's side is on, which, let's just say, is Venin. Mm-hmm. He's I want you to turn Venin, Violet, so only trust Mira. I don't know. I'm just
I know.
But I don't think so. Again, I think that's a reach.
Yeah.
But, because why didn't he say trust your mom?
I know. I thought about that too.
Because we know for a fact that her mom was not Venin. Mm-hmm. Now, I know all y'all are going to be coming in saying, oh, but what about when, her red bloodshot eyes? No, she was crying. Because we know that her mom could not have been Venin because we know that Theo was her opposite, was her balance.
Yeah.
Therefore, she could not have been Venin.
Yeah.
So.
And it seems more likely, if at the end of the day someone was Venin, it would be the dad.
Right.
He was one looking for answers. He was traveling around.
Right.
So it seems like, oh, he's doing the same thing that you were doing. What were you doing all this traveling around to find a cure for Xaden?
Right.
He could be finding a cure for himself or for you, whatever it is.
Right.
So it's more likely he was Venin.
Mm-hmm. But why didn't he say trust your mom, though, too? Why only trust Mira? If we know for a fact that the mom was not Venin. Why would the dad, if he's a good guy, you know, why would he not say trust your mom and Mira? Why only Mira?
I could also see, because, I mean, we didn't fuck with her mom for the longest time.
Yeah.
Because, you know, she's also a commander, whatever. Like, she has her own shit that she has to put for. Like, just like Rhiannon, we gotta go for the team while you're just one person. I think the mom kind of had that same, I mean, she did love her kids, so like. Whatever.
Right.
I feel like it's more, because of her responsibilities, she has to put her own things, da-da-da-da. And that's why you like, with you and Mira, boom, you're locked in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I'm just, there's...
Well, why do you think then that she can't, like, why wouldn't he say, trust your mom and Mira?
I have no idea. I don't know. Unless he was like your siblings, you know, like my mom, she's like, man, like when I die, it's just you and your sister.
Yeah.
Like maybe it's something along that sort of line, like, you know, me and your mom aren't going to always be here.
Yeah.
I don't know. It may be as simple as that.
I'm thinking that too.
Yeah, probably.
We'll see.
Which leads us into, which we talked about a little bit, but Violet being dedicated.
Yeah.
So, like, we know from Mira that, like, that wasn't normal. Right. And that it was, like, outdated.
Yeah.
And that she's concerned about it. Yeah. Right? And we know that that Violet might have been dedicated to more than one.
And there's that weird prophecy thing where it's, like, the Venin, and it's like, no, it's actually Xaden's one. Like, their heart, they're, like, evil or...
I don't know, but do we think that this whole idea of dedication is what's going to save Venin? Like the Venin? Because Theo was killed because of her dedication to her god.
Yeah.
Do we think that maybe we can save Xaden by dedicating him? And, like, maybe there's a process that can happen. Like, I'm thinking, like, Harry Potter, you know, they're like, you know, the only way to redo the Horcrux is, like, you gotta feel remorse. Like, you really gotta feel it. So, like, is it that sort of thing?
Or is that just a one because she was previously dedicated?
Right. I don't know. Because the way that I think would save Xaden is Sloane.
Yeah.
Which I think we're under talking about Sloane in general. She literally
could take whatever power he is taking, put it right back.
Like, she was the savior at the end of book 2.
Yeah.
But without her, they would all die.
Yeah.
So
she did this once again.
Yeah.
Siphoning magic here
from Dain
here so we could save Mira.
Yeah. And so I'm like, why isn't she siphoning out the extra power that Xaden took, channeling it back into the earth? Why are you not doing that? Why did you not think of that?
But also, if for Xaden, like Venin, we siphoned, we took. Because we took that, we lost a piece. So, like, putting it back, is that piece still lost of our soul?
Probably, but they could have done it way earlier before he lost all of it.
So if they do it now with his last piece that he gave Violet,
right?
Will he be able to be himself, like not Venin, but only have a piece of his? You know what I'm saying?
Probably, but maybe like because he's bonded through Violet to like so many dragons and to Violet that maybe like that connection and bond between all of them will kind of keep him alive. I don't know.
Because then, I mean, just like what she said, like, not all Venin are evil or good or whatever.
Yeah.
So could we find a way for him to just, he's Venin, And he's alive. We're good.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Because remember now, Jack.
Yeah.
I also don't think we're talking about Jack enough.
Yeah.
Because when did Jack turn venom? When did he turn venom? Because he says, y'all don't even know. Was it before he bonded a dragon? Was it after? Was it before he even made it across the parapet? Because what did Jack say when we met him on the parapet for the first time? Come on, faster. I got shit I gotta do over there. I've got plans.
And you can be a venom and still have your dragon.
Yep.
It's interesting. Like, oh, you're here, you're lightning. Oh, sad that your ear is not here. Is there some sort of connection with air? Jack, infiltrate. Try to find the 7th breed of dragon. Or just get a dragon. We need that power. Something. What is what? For what? What is the venom's plan?
For what? Exactly.
Are we going to see... Because, Tarn's the 2nd largest dragon. Are we going to see the big dog coming up?
I thought Melgren's dragon was the biggest.
Is he?
I thought so. That's what I thought.
Either way. Like, are we going to see...
Are we going to see, like, the Empyrean?
The Empyrean.
Right.
What's with the Venom? Like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Exactly. Like, what is the Venom's plan? And then, with Jack, I'm just like... Why did they try so hard to save Jack? Like, remember, like when Violet threw him off the thing. Like, why did they go out of their way to try to save Jack? Did they know that Jack was venom?
Because, like, right? Your instinct, boom, we'd kill you immediately. They're easy to just, boom, dragon, boom, die. Like,
why Jack?
They knew he was venom.
Right.
Because, like, we had so hard to piece the soul together. Did they need that because other people are venom? They knew venom were going to be coming. They knew, is he just the first experiment to see, hey, if they get turned, can we bring him back?
And, like, they have Jack, right? And, like, the answers that he's giving, yes, they're cryptic, but also, I think we need someone to really deep dive into that. Yeah. Because I feel like he's giving answers. Yeah. In, like...
It's like, you don't even...
A cryptic way.
Know.
Yeah. Like, once we have more information, I feel like we can go back to this conversation.
Oh, yeah.
Like, these different conversations that Jack has had with Violet. Like, not even just in Onyx. I think in Iron Flame and Fourth Wing. Yeah. Because I think that he's been in this for a minute. Yeah. Longer than we even think.
And Theo wanted to kill him. Yeah. Bring him quickly, because you're fucking up our shit. You're giving too much away. You're not supposed to be with it.
Yeah. So I think there's way more to Jack than we know. Yeah. I'm just like, I don't know enough yet. Yeah. Because we had Jack save Violet's life.
Why?
Why?
You want to kill her this whole entire time. Why save her?
Like, what?
Oh, I'm changed. But then you really weren't. So what? Why?
So why was your first thing to try to kill her? Or maybe, like... did he save her after she was bonded, right?
I was just about to say.
Because all the other times he was trying to kill her before she was bonded.
But then, it's the sad that you didn't bring the Irid, that you're here without the Irid. Right. Like Theo said. So is it because, I gotta save her because she's bonded to the Irid and we have the Irid?
Yes. They want the Irids.
Yeah. Let's say somehow, obviously, the Venom and the Irids are connected somehow. Yeah. We can say the Irids are probably the most powerful of the dragons. Is that just why they want them, for their power?
No, I think that it has to do with the bonds. Yeah. Or something. Or like this, like regulation of power. Yeah. There's something definitely to the Venom and their goals and what they want that I think is going to answer so much. And I think that I don't know, because I just see so many theories about, like, oh, the Empyrean, the dragons are actually the evil ones. Yeah. And so I'm like, okay, if we go off that, are the Venom the ones, like, trying to, like, actually the good guys at the end of the day, trying to get rid of the dragons?
Well, from what we're seeing.
Right, but, like, we're from the POV. We did a morality video where we talked about, when we're on the side of what
we believe is good.
Yeah, the POV, like, we're with them. Yeah. Because specifically, like, referencing Air by Sabbath Tahir, you have A's who, like, you know, we're not totally agreeing with everything, like, and we're suspicious.
Were, you know, enslaved and killed, and I'm gonna, you know, find a way to bring them back, you know, to give us that paradise.
Yeah.
So.
And get back to my homeland.
Yeah. So the way I gotta do it, it's gotta be bloody.
Yeah. And so it's like, we're seeing through her POV and we're like, not, like, we had our suspicions, but, like, you know, if you're just very point blank looking at it, you'd be rooting for her.
Right.
But then we find out that...
The methods, and then
we find out that, like, it's actually evil, you know, that's influencing her and all this.
Right.
So is this what we're getting in this book? Is, like, we're seeing it from the POV of, like, people who are, you know, Violet, who has grown up a certain way. She, you know, we already got it a little bit with the government. You know, she grew up thinking that they were right, you know, that they're surviving, blah, 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 that the Griffins and all the cadets, they're actually not good, you know, people.
It's like, no, we're protecting our own selves.
Yeah.
We're keeping all that out.
And, like, not telling the truth.
Because, hey, we're trying to keep our people, that's just what we think is best for saving our people.
There's so many layers. And then, the dragons, they're so secretive.
Very.
So secretive. So what are they hiding?
Yeah.
And then all the people on the Isles, they keep talking about, give us some dragons. Give us some dragons. And we can kind of infer that at the end of the book that I don't think they were, that Eric and Garrick,
I know.
that they were taking the dragon eggs to save them or hide them. I think they were taking them to the Isles.
Oh, yeah.
So why is it so important for the Isles to have these dragons? Yes, power, but like there has to be another layer.
Because we know, based on like all the, you know, history, like why, you know, they kind of kept to themselves. We know about but they've been outside here this whole time.
Yeah.
So what do they know about Venom? What do they know about the Imperium? What other stuff do they know that they're like, well, we need dragons for this? Or, you know.
Yeah. There's just so much. I feel like we're only getting one side of the story.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I'm wondering if with this, hopefully the new books, I think will be multi-POV, that maybe we will learn more about through Xaden, you know, what the Venom are actually trying to do.
Yeah. Holy shit. I know.
Because, like, what if Brennan's, like, point, like, his character is supposed to be this kind of go-between?
I can see that.
What if he turns into this? Because that's how he kind of is with Arisha right now. Arisha and Navar. Like, he's kind of their, like
go-between.
Yeah.
Man.
So what if that's what he is with the Venom and with Violet, you know? Or, like, with Xaden and Violet. Brennan?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I think he might die. Because if he's, like, you know, Wyvern, you know, connected, only alive because of that, of his whatever.
Right. And if we think Nolan is Venom.
Yeah, he might get killed.
Which would kill Brennan. I wouldn't be surprised, but I also, like...
But then what's the point? Unless we see more of Brennan and, like, he's been so just, you know, on the edge skirting. Because, like, oh, he's been hiding all these years. He was doing this. He's doing that.
There's so many secrets of Brennan.
More of Brennan of, like, you know?
Yeah,
I think we have this whole, like, oh, and then now we see him and it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Plus, he's supposed to be this great strategist. We're not really seeing that from our POV. I don't know.
But talking about the end of the book. So that was a crazy ending. Too fast of an ending. But specifically this last chapter. So Andarna had severed the connection and went with the Irids, right? And the way that they were talking was like, yeah, it's going to be years. Like, we've got lots to learn. Now, what we know about Feathertails and what Andarna specifically could do was slow time. What if that is a thing that Irids can also do? Not just Feathertail, like it's Irids. And what if they slowed time, or like, you know, for the real world, but them, they were able to train her. Yeah. Because the other thing is that when she comes back and Violet sees her and is like, oh, like, here's her and like all this, she says something about her being small.
Does she?
Yes. And I saw a theory that someone said that they actually turned back time for Andarna so that her wing could heal correctly.
Okay.
And then now she's fine.
Okay.
I don't know. But We also know that Andarna said something about, like, oh, I'll make you a whole new armor with my scales or something like that. Mm-hmm. So I'm interested what that'll do for her, if it'll make Violet be able to, like, camouflage.
Right.
And all that.
Yeah.
So I think that'll be a really cool,
that's a cool little addition
thing for the next book. But then you also have Violet waking up at the very end. Mm-hmm. She doesn't remember what's happened. Mm-hmm. And in Darna, she goes, I'll kill them if they try to, touch her or whatever. Why is that in Darna's first thought when everybody's coming out to see Violet? Now, I've seen some people say that Violet's hair has turned completely silver, so people think that she might be Venom.
Okay.
On first sight. And that's why Andarna's like, if they try,
Mm-hmm. Well, my first instinct would just be, we all know Xaden is Venom because of the whole Onyx Storm type shit that he did. They know they're connected. Kill her, it's the fastest way. So seeing her, boom, boom, boom. Let's put 2 and 2 together. She gotta die. So that's why, right when she woke up. But also...
But, like, you really think Brennan, who's the leader of, like, coming out of this group, would kill his sister? I don't think so.
But if it's Andarna saying it, she's like, either way, I'm gonna protect my girl.
Right.
So I don't know.
I don't know either. But I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
We also see, she got a big old fat ring on her finger. So we can infer that she married Xaden, because also Xaden was like, I gotta, favor to ring in.
Yeah, and use that favor with their... Mm-hmm. With the Dune Temple. They obviously married them.
Right. And then Imogen,
erase the memory.
Erase the memory. Like, I did what you asked me to do. So, and then she has the little note from Xaden that I literally need to pull it out. Yeah. Because the wording of it was also really interesting.
Like, specific.
Very, don't look for me. It's yours now.
Yeah.
Now, I think that the first instinct would be like, oh, Trendor is hers, or however you say his place is hers. But they referred to Trendor as, like, her, like, she, like, my, my home, she, you know.
Plus, like, I first thought, like, his last piece of soul.
That's what I think it is.
Yeah.
That's what I think, like, deeper meaning is.
Yeah.
But if someone was just, like, saw the note, they'd be like, oh, the kingdom is hers now. Like, she's the leader, whatever. Right. But I think, I think it is. Mm-hmm.
Because I think he literally said, when he was doing the whole Onyx Storm thing, like, I can feel that last piece going, and then she said, I love you. He was like, oh, that last
wait,
wisp of my soul is there. Mm-hmm. So I think what they did is he's like, here, you get the last piece. Mm-hmm. I'm gone.
Yeah. Now, the marriage.
Yeah.
Do we think that the marriage is more than just, like, we're married, and now, like, you are in charge of Trendor, I don't know how to say it. Tyrandor.
That's just in my head, but I always say things wrong.
Yeah. Like, is it base level that? Or is it, like, the bond was severed? Because we can also assume that Andarna severed the bond between Sigale and Tarn and Xaden and Violet. Mm-hmm. So is this his way of, like, we're still connected through marriage, just know that? Do we think that there was some sort of ritual done when they were married, and that's why Imogen had to erase Violet's memories, because that was how the soul was put into the stone, that maybe Xaden was dedicated, and that's gonna be maybe like the last resort. He's like, Violet, you can kill me using, whatever God's dedicated, whatever. Or maybe that's, again, how we're going to save Xaden.
It's a lot. Because then, I know some people saw, like, maybe there's a rune on the ring, and that's, like, keeping his little piece of his soul there. But also, like, if Bodhi's the brother, Tyrandor's just left open.
Right.
Marry her, boom. Now Violet is the head of it.
Yeah.
Erase all memories so that they can't implicate her in any of the stealing of the eggs, and they can't kill her to, like, kill Xaden. And then we had to, like, steal the eggs to make sure she has some allies, too, so that they can't just, still try to come and kill her. Like, no, I'm still a duchess now. I have allies. I don't know nothing about Xaden, about the venom, about the eggs.
Yeah.
But there's probably even more to it, though.
Yeah. Because, like, that was, like, a question. Was, like, what memories specifically did Imogen erase?
Yeah. It has to be after the whole Onyx Storm thing. Thereafter. I mean, they had to go get married. What does that even entail? They went to, the Temple of Doom. What happened there? You have it. Is that the soul? Is that something else?
But is there more that Imogen erased that we as readers don't know because it wasn't in the book?
Probably.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, like, the other thing we have to remember is that literally at the beginning of the book, it says that the following text has been faithfully transcribed from Navarian into the modern language by Jacinia Neilwart, curator of the scribe quadrant at Baskaith War College. All events are true, and names have been preserved to honor the courage of those fallen. May their souls be commended to Malak.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And how does Jacinia know all of this?
Yeah.
How does Jacinia know the sex scenes between Xaden and Violet?
We take those with some liberties. But, yeah.
Like, is this Violet telling Jacinia? Because if Violet dies at the end, you know what I mean? Because there are scenes only between Xaden and Violet.
But Violet can also, like, be in other people's mind. Can she share memories?
Like, is that... Yeah. Which I think she can. That's how I think that Xaden is able... Like, because there was literally a scene where Violet was, like, thinking of them having sex. And, like, she projected that into Xaden's mind.
Yeah.
And he was like, whoa, I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah.
That's how... Yeah. So I think that's part of her signet.
Yeah.
But then also, my question is... With Imogen, so she, she's able to erase the memories. Mm-hmm. Can she erase her own memories? Because wouldn't that put her in danger?
Because then if Dain is reading her memories, can he see her
taking Violet's?
And can he see those?
Right?
Can he see memories through memory?
Yeah.
Or does he just see the act of her doing this and then,
Yeah. But can Dain, like... touch Violet and see the erased memories? Because, like, how deep does it go? You know? Because there's so many other forms of media that talk about this whole, like, idea of, like, memories being taken, but, like, there's always a nugget, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, it's there, but, like, it's not.
Yeah.
So, like
a faded image or something.
Yeah, or, like, it's under key and lock. Like, can Dain get to it?
My first thing is saying no.
Right.
I say... erase memory. He goes in there, try to see. It's blank or it's
like just not there.
Not there. Yeah.
Okay.
And then if he goes through Imogen, which maybe he can see them, is he going to betray them though?
How are you this powerful?
So goes into Imogen's memories. Could he see her? I guess that is her memory. If she can see the memories she's erasing, or is it? I don't know.
Oh, shit. Wait.
What?
Wait.
Oh, are we done?
No, sorry. I'm just, like, reading this because, okay, we know that, kind of going back.
Uh-huh.
Rebecca said, look who's missing at the end of the book, right? Word for word. So they're, like, talking, Violet's back. They're like, oh, like, among the missing.
Yeah.
What? I lower my arms. Garrick is missing too? Why specifically Garrick? So there's 4 writers that are missing. And specifically Garrick is said to be missing. Because they're like, who are the other 4? Is Xaden part of that 4? Or are they just like...
I think Xaden, Bodhi, Garrick, and Eric.
Right.
But Garrick was just doing all his distance wielding shit. So he could be like, bro, I gotta recoup.
But he's missing.
Not.
I know, but I'm just saying.
I know, but when she said that.
I'm just saying.
Look who's missing. Oh, Garrick's also missing?
Yeah. And like we said, she's very obvious. So, like, specifically saying Garrick is missing.
Do you think he had a channel so he could do all those jumps?
That's what I was saying. But then you have the whole, like, Bodhi retching and whatever. And people were saying, like, that's when they thought that...
Or is he retching because...
He saw...
I was saying, like, Garrick took him, like, did the distance with him.
Right, that's what I thought,
yeah.
but...
I don't think that's him channeling.
Yeah. Because they were saying, okay, and we still have 5 riders missing for now. Because Violet.
Yeah. Fuck. No. Because if Bodhi is here... Oh, wait, no, he's missing.
But we don't know if Bodhi's missing. We only know for sure that Garrick is missing.
Okay.
With 3 other people.
But if Bodhi is there, why would he not just be the leader of Tyranor or wherever?
Well, we don't know that, though. We don't know yet. Because the only people we see at the very end here is Brennan and Imogen and some random person.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They would need to get married to do all the other shit.
I don't know. Please, in the comments, tell me who you think is the new brother. Is it Bodhi? Is it Garrick? Tell us what you think and why. Because honestly, at this point, I'm like, oh shit, either way.
Because when I first read it, I know that the sage will then say, like, my sage, my brother, my blah, blah,
yeah.
blah. But Xaden wasn't at that point where, even then, he wasn't like, my sage, I think he's saying, but, like, I don't see him saying, like, Jack, like, oh, my brother.
Right.
Jack, whatever. He did call Garrick his brother.
Exactly. So is it Garrick?
Could it just be, like, a sage, because he is more venom now, so that's why he's saying, like, my brother, my sage. Or is it because, like, he's like,
my brother.
Who is my brother?
She's having an existential crisis right now.
No, because Imogen was like, you need to finally act on your feelings. She's gonna get with Garrick. Or is it too late now?
Yeah, exactly, because he's a venom. And now Violet and Imogen are, like, now even more close.
No.
Because their man are venom.
Rebecca puts the hint so obvious multiple times. She's done that with...
Are you now Team Garrick?
No, fuck you. No. It is Bodhi. She just wants to put suspicion on Garrick. Because how...
Was Garrick Sorry, I just hit my mic. Was Garrick bleeding when Imogen saw him? Because something we did learn from Jack was they don't bleed. Initiates don't bleed. Because I saw a lot of people being like, oh, I thought that, Rydok was an initiate and we didn't know it because he wasn't bleeding. But it was like, no, it just hit his jacket. But I'm pulling out the book.
No, I'm going to see you right here, right now.
I stare at the other side of the staircase, locked in the memory, watching as the stones begin to pale, then lose their color one by one.
Yeah, someone's channeling.
Right, but who? And who's there?
Yeah.
Garrick.
But if he just channeled, his eyes would be red.
Yeah, his hazel eyes, or his hazel gaze locking on mine.
That's specific.
Yeah. And then she's like, she's dead.
Rebecca specifically did that. She would have said his gaze locked on mine. And if eyes were red, she wouldn't have said hazel, obviously. She would have said his eyes were red or blood. She would have put something specific.
She did say, I notice the circles beneath his beautiful eyes, the unusual pallor of his complexion. He's exhausted. And for the first time in my life, I don't care that he's seeing me at my weakest, blah, blah, blah.
Because he's been distance wielding so much.
Right. But I don't know.
It's not Garrick. Because I remember, why would you say hazel? If you're seeing, she doesn't realize the time, but it's leeching. Someone is taking the magic. Someone is channeling.
Mm-hmm. But who was channeling then? That close to them?
But they did say Bodhi's outside retching. He's on the ground.
Was that at that part?
I think so. That was before she went down there, maybe? Mm-hmm.
Bodhi has his sword in hand, but there's no clear shot for him as the trio starts to spiral downward. At this angle, we'll intercept them head on.
Who? Who is this?
Imogen.
Okay.
Okay.
So he's with her there.
I draw my own sword. Da-da-da. Blue fire engulfs Kerr, I don't know how to say his name, from snout to horns, and Bodhi ducks his head as the remnants of flame roll down the dragon's neck, extinguishing to smoke before they reach him.
The last time we see Bodhi is in Imogen's POV during the battle. Da-da-da. She observes Bodhi's on his hands and knees across the town square retching.
Wait, just hold up. So he almost dies here with that. There's a hole in Bodhi's dragon's right wing, and the laceration on his chest is going to leave a scar, but I can't tell at this angle if Bodhi is wounded. Okay. So, okay, it was literally where I was. So Garrick is still there. And then, okay, so are you weaving? We're starting. They'll be weak until we can bolster with more power, but they're our best shot. It's still not enough. Garrick's head hangs as he stands. I can't... ... He sighs and strides through the door. Okay. Then Imogen steps out into the rain and stare. Houses burn. Wyvern and griffin bodies lie in the middle of crumpled roof lines. Civilians scream. Cruth sails through the sky and takes a wyvern straight to the ground. Bodhi's on his hands and knees across the town square, retching. If dark wielders are draining the city walls, where next? Where are you going? I shout at Garrick's back. I can't walk. Even if I made it to Arisha, I'd never be strong enough to get back, he calls over his shoulder. So I'd rather find some fucking way to do something. So the only reason why, or not only reason, but a reason that Bodhi could be on his hands and knees retching is because his dragon just fell to the ground with him. They almost died by having fire, and his dragon has a hole in his wing. Mm-hmm. And so they probably just like kind of fell to the ground. And maybe he's retching from all the smoke inhalation.
Okay.
While Garrick, he's saying, I'm so tired. I can't. But then he's like, I'd better find some fucking way to do something.
But knowing what he knows his entire time about, like, gotta protect you, Violet, we're sleeping outside your freaking door every night.
But he's got Xaden and Eric specifically, he can see the future. He probably told Garrick, hey, we need to do this. And so Garrick's like, it's worth me channeling to save everything. I gotta get these dragon eggs out of here.
But it makes it no, because Xaden and Eric had this plan for this whole time or something. Like they've been locked in. They have a complex whole thing. They've already had this set up for a long time. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Knowing that, when Xaden is talking to, like, look at his brother, whatever, he's like, why would he do this? He knows the entire time, like, he's like more confused, like, what the hello? Why would you do this? Da da da. So if him and Eric kind of knew something was about to go down, they would have known it was gonna be Bodhi. Or like this whole time he wouldn't be like, no Bodhi, no Bodhi, no Bodhi. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I'm trying now to look at Xaden's POV. Because, yeah, so I glanced past Berwyn, past the Gale and the Venom, to my new brother and the unconscious dragon lying in the valley beyond the canyon, guarded by 7 wyvern. How could he do this? Choose this after watching me stumble and fall over the last 5 months. How could he willingly walk the path I fought like hell to leave? He's the last person I ever would have expected to turn, and yet here we are. He would not have expected Garrick to turn. Because Garrick was so against it. So he's the last person. I don't know. I'm like split. Because at first I was Team Bodhi being the new brother. But now? Damn. You know what I mean? Yeah. I can't let Sigale die. Can't leave him to stumble down the same path I did. Which could be similar because Imogen and Garrick... He's like, I can't let Imogen go through that, like me and Violet. Can't allow my friends to perish because I selfishly want to keep Violet by my side. A clamoring, consuming emotion pounds at the ice, but I can't let it in. She has her own path. I don't know. I don't know. I'm kind of split. What do you think?
Read the passage again where he's talking about like his new brother.
Okay. I glanced past Berwyn, past Sigale and the Venom, to my new brother and the unconscious dragon lying in the valley beyond the canyon, guarded by 7 wyvern. So this here, unconscious dragon. That could be reference to Bodhi and his dragon who was hurt and was descending, falling. Possibly.
Okay.
But also, is there a connection between like being really tired? Like, because Garrick was exhausted.
Yeah.
Could his dragon have to like sleep because he was helping Garrick, you know,
like channel that?
Channel the like energy to move all the eggs. Is that a thing?
Because I'm trying to think when Violet, does her little practice with it, she's exhausted. She's like, oh.
Right.
Do we ever talk about Taryn, like, needing to take a rest after that, too?
We have, like, Taryn helping Violet in the air, like, when they were fighting all the wyvern.
Yeah.
And, like, he got really tired and had to, like, rest. But I don't know if that was, like...
because the channeling part.
I don't think so. I don't know. But then it says, how could he do this? Choose this after watching me stumble and fall over the last 5 months. How could he willingly walk the path I fought like hell to leave? He's the last person I ever would have expected to turn. And yet here we are. And then it goes on to say, I can't let Sigale die. Can't leave him to stumble down the same path I did. Can't allow my friends to perish because I selfishly want to keep Violet by my side.
To me, it's Bodhi. The way he's wording it, it just seems more like his little brother, his cousin. Like,
but he calls Garrick his brother. I don't know. I'm now split. I'm split.
I feel like you'd feel more if it was Garrick. Like, that's his guy. That's his bestie. That's his brother. Like.
But, like, I mean, I think it's still,
But Rebecca put those seeds for Bodhi. Why wouldn't Bodhi be leading right now?
But we don't know that he's not. It's only been 12 hours.
But I'm saying, like, why would he marry her?
Well, that's why I was bringing up, like, is it more than just that? Like, is it because they had to do some sort of ritual, like if it's a rune or something for his soul? Like, what if it's more about that rather than, like, I need you to marry me so that you get Terrandor? Like, what if that, like, we're looking to further into it, like, it is because the way the note was worded is, it's yours now. Talking about his soul or the ring, not about Terrandor or whatever it's called. I'm really fucking you up here, aren't I?
Yes, I don't know. But are we looking too deep into this? Like, I'm trying to base off of the other, like, hints that Rebecca's done and then, like, what it was.
I don't know. Just with the wording, with Rebecca specifically saying, look who's missing at the end. And specifically it's saying Garrick is missing. Not calling out Bodhi. Not even calling out Eric. Because I would assume that if Garrick's missing, Eric is also missing. Especially because now Violet knows that he's an intrinsic and he's like, oh, I gotta go into hiding. Even though, I trust Violet, like, I'm outed, so I have to hide. We don't know that Bodhi's missing at this point. We only know that Garrick is.
They said Garrick specifically?
They said only Garrick specifically.
She said that? Or they said that? They said Garrick's missing?
It says specifically. Let me pull it back up.
Pull it back up.
So, they're talking about official numbers are 4 riders, their dragons, and 3 elders murdered in the valley in what we were estimating in the last few hours. And we still have 5 riders missing. 4 now, he adds, looking at me. His mouth tenses. But after that display, we all know Ryerson did this. I bet the other 3 are already dead. My stomach lurches and Imogen tenses so hard, she might as well be stone. Wait, is this a dream? I clench my right fist and prick my palm with my fingernail just enough to feel pain, but I don't wake up. The wards are holding in Drathis as of the last report, but who knows how many of those desiccations during the battle were actually him. Wilson continues, and so far the tally is at 6 missing eggs from the hatching ground, but they're double checking. Missing eggs? I reach for Taryn, but the bond feels foggy, like he's asleep. He needs a cycle of rest to recover, and Darna clarifies. Recover from what? He was fine when I saw him last, which was about 5 minutes ago, in the woods at the edge of the field, where I killed the Fanny, whatever her name is. Xaden. The wall of shadow. My heart sinks. What the fuck is happening? How did I get here? Why is my head so hazy? Am I concussed? You're dismissed, Brennan tells the writer. Keep this classified until we have a full report. Just because she's your sister doesn't mean she's not the fastest way. Dismissed, Brennan snaps, and the writer backs away. Do you know where he is? Brennan asks me softly once the other writer is fully out of earshot. Ryerson? You heard what Wilson said. We have dead dragons and riders and missing eggs. And if you've seen Ryerson, I need to know, Violet. Words fail me. Why can't I think? I don't know. I raise my hands to my mouth and a piece of parchment in my front pocket catches on my arm, then falls. Brennan catches it. Cardulo? He lifts his eyes to Imogen. I haven't seen him since yesterday, she says, her voice low, almost monotone. Lieutenant Tavis? Among the missing. Brennan answers gently, then glances my way and does a double take. Holy shit, Violet. What? I lower my arms. Garrick is missing too. Who else makes up the 4 writers Wilson mentioned? So who's Cardulo? Is that Eric?
Yes.
Right? So we know officially Eric is missing. And also Lieutenant Tavis, which is Garrick is missing. So we officially know Eric and Garrick are missing. Now, Eric, from what we know, Eric didn't know for 5 months that Xaden was Venom. Because only...
I think it did. With his...
Right. But the way that Xaden words it, it's like he watched me struggle. Right? Choose this after watching me stumble and fall over the last 5 months.
Yeah, that wouldn't be...
So I don't think that's Eric. So the only other person that's specifically mentioned is Garrick. So, and then they're like, okay, who else makes up the 4 writers mentioned? That leaves 2 that we do not know are missing.
Who else makes up the 4? So they're saying, so Garrick and Eric are missing. Who else? Who's the last 2?
Yeah. They don't know. And they don't say. It could be Bodhi. But who would be the 4th one? Right? Because we know Imogen is here. We know Brennan is here. Rhiannon, Rhydock. They specifically say riders, so it can't be like Cat or any of them. Because and that just wouldn't make sense. So I feel like we need to go back to Rhiannon's POV.
Yeah.
Because it's like we learned so much in Imogen.
Yeah.
And also Xaden. There has to be something in Rhiannon's that we didn't.
Because why do we get hers at all then?
Right. Because here, she's fighting, and she does specifically talk about Rhydock. But so Rhydock could be missing, but I don't know. Because I did see someone point out this specific thing in this passage, that Rhydock might be Venom. I don't think so, but it is right here, right in front of us.
Okay.
So, what in Malik's name is he doing? I shout as Rhydock claps the pommel with one hand and extends the other towards gray scales. Is he trying to get himself crushed? He can't be, seriously. He is. The wyvern shrieks, and a paler shade of gray spreads along its scales, emanating from Rhydock's hand. The beast tenses, then ceases to beat its wing, and falls directly toward us. And then it hits and it cracked in half.
But cracked in half, that could be because he's frozen.
Right, which is what I think.
Yeah.
But it did say
when you
paler gray. I think it's just ice, but...
I know. I think it's ice.
But, is Rhydock missing? Because Imogen's POV, it's Garrick missing. From Violet's POV, it's Eric missing. Because Eric, gave her this whole thing. She's like, oh, fuck, Eric's an intrinsic, that asshole. So we got Eric in her POV. We got Garrick in Imogen's. Who did we get in Rhiannon's? Rhydock. Is Rhydock missing? Not saying that he's the new brother, but like, could he be one of the missing riders? I don't know. This shit's like intense. I'm like, fuck.
This is fuck. Yeah. It can't be Garrick.
Okay. Wrapping this up though.
Yeah.
Final thoughts, predictions of the next book. We have 2 more books ahead of us.
The next one, we're gonna get the dragons. We're gonna see a little bit of Grandma.
Yeah.
We're gonna see the investigation into Xaden. We're gonna be trying to piece together what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we'll get trickles of the venom of Xaden's POV of the brother. I'm thinking we have to.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Because like that's such a big thing, and I feel like we need that to finish up with the last book, which I think will be whatever the Venin's plan is.
Yeah.
The dragons versus the Venin, or whatever that whole situation is gonna have to go down. So this book, the Venin kind of get what they wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Next book, or whatever, book after that, will be them trying to do what they wanted against the dragons, or what have you.
Yeah. I think that we're going to learn more about the dad through the grandma.
Mm-hmm.
Also, was Sawyer in the battle?
I was thinking about that.
Right, because he flew with them.
Yeah. But I don't think anyone said anything
We didn't say anything about him. Could he be another missing
Possibly.
writer? Because, like, he wasn't mentioned at all.
Yeah.
And also, he's been kind of feeling down.
Yeah.
And he's been, like...
He also, like, got this whole leg situation, but, like, I can't, be who I was. Is it, like, should I channel to try to...
Yeah.
But then also, he watched me stumble these 5 months.
Right, and it wouldn't have been Sawyer. Yeah. But maybe there's something with Sawyer that we need to kind of look at more.
What's his signet?
The metallurgist. Metallurgist? Yeah, and then he's like in Jacinia.
Yeah.
And there's that whole connection.
No, I think we're going to get Violet. We're going to understand her whole dedication. Then we're going to get that grandma. We're going to get Violet.
Yeah.
We're going to figure that out. Okay? We're going to see, knowing what we find out here, how that plays into the last big battle thing.
Yeah.
We're going to get more of the dragons. We're going to get more of the Irids.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to get a couple more, like, okay, so this is what's really going on with the Imperium.
Yeah.
Maybe a trickle of what the Venin kind of want. They're going to get what they want in a way. Everything's going to go down here.
Yeah. Like, okay, not just the next book, but like 4 and 5. Do you think we're going to lose any major players?
For sure.
Do you have guesses? You think Violet's going to die?
I think Violet's going to die.
I think Violet's going to die. Do you think Xaden's going to die?
I think Xaden's going to die.
I think Xaden's Do you think Brennan's going to die?
I think Brennan might die.
Brennan might die. Do you think Mira's going to die?
No.
Do you think that Rhiannon's going to die? I don't think so.
No.
Do you think Rhydock's going to die? I don't think so. I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Do you think Eric's going to die? He almost died already in this book.
Do we get Garrick and Imogen?
I know.
And then do we then lose Eric or Garrick or Imogen?
I kind of hope not. I think if we lose Xaden and or Violet,
they're going to be good.
I think, yeah. You know what else we didn't talk about?
Yeah.
Dain and Sloane.
We're going to get Dain and Sloane.
Yeah, yeah.
I think next we'll get a lot of like, oh, they like each other.
Yeah, like we...
Last one will be like, now they're...
But what I'm so curious, though, is, again, Sloane's comment to Dain being like, you shouldn't have this much power. Why would you say that to a guy you like?
She doesn't like him yet.
I thought that she kind of did, though. I thought she was the one liking Dain.
Wait, what?
Like, there were, like, hints of, like, her to Dain, like, you know?
Yeah, but it's like, here's the funny, she doesn't know she likes him.
Oh, okay.
It's like, oh, we we're the, because
okay,
it's like my brother. Yeah. So we're going to get that.
Yeah. In this next one? Or you think it'll take a while?
We're gonna get, they like each other.
Yeah.
Last one, they're together. And then Sloane's gonna play a bigger part because she's always like, I don't want to use my power. Her power is gonna be important.
Yeah, I think she's gonna be the savior at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Do you think that Mira and Kat's brother, right? Cousin?
I thought.
Do you think they're gonna get together?
I thought. I mean, yes. But then when Kat was talking about, there was another girl.
Her sister?
Her sister.
Yeah.
They were like, Mira's grip on her thing tightened.
Well, yeah, because they fighting.
But I don't know. I think maybe that.
I don't know. I kind of like the other guy though.
I just like the other guy.
Because we got the tension.
Because we did get that. I know, but I was like that. But also that was just interesting.
Yeah. Either way, incredible.
Yeah.
I cannot wait for the next one. I know it's probably going to take a year or two.
Yeah, because she's going to put out her
other one
or whatever book next.
So I don't know how long it's going to be.
Fuck.
But I'm excited.
Yeah.
We also have the TV show coming.
You think that's going to come out for the book?
Maybe. Yeah, because I think they are starting to cast.
So it might be first season out or just fourth wing book, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bodhi or Garrick, I'm still stuck. So comment below. Let us know your theories, if you agree, disagree with us, all the things, your thoughts, because holy shit.
Yeah.
If you know of other creators who are deep diving into this or have really unique theories or whatever, link them below because we'd love to check it out.
Yeah.
Again, we did reference a lot of information that we have gotten from internet, but TikTok and Fantasy Fangirls are great. Way deep diving. And then Hollowbrook.
Emma Hollowbrook.
So check them out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy fuck, dude.
So don't forget to subscribe, comment, like.
Hit that notification.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for that. It's a long one, but we're here.
Fuck.
Turn that FaceTime off.